Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kosta and this is another tutorial on how to play yet another sea shanty on the accordion. This was requested by a viewer and I thought, yeah, that's a nice tune. I can play it, I can do a little tutorial on it. So earlier I released a video of me performing it. Go watch that, I'll put the link down below. This is a tutorial on how to play it the way I do. There's lots of versions out there. There's sort of a cappella choir versions, there's other instrumental ones, but this is mine. This is how I do it. So here it is. I play this tune 3 times through. Each time I add something and I try to make it sort of a little bit more interesting because it's short and there's not much going on harmonically. So to make it more interesting to play and to listen to, I add a couple of things. So let's just start with a melody. I don't change the melody much, but I change what I do in the bass, so I'll show you all of that. Here's the melody. We're in the key of D major. So the key of D major is, you should know the scale, which is D, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. There it is. So everything I play is in this key. I mean, in this piece in particular. So here it is. Here's the melody. It goes. It's in 2 sections. The verse and the chorus, where everybody comes in. So the first part, the verse, goes like this. Now here it is slowly. Here it is. Next comes the chorus, which is pretty cool when you hear it sung by a cappella voices. That's usually where kind of everybody comes in. So the verse, usually sung by just one person, a soloist, then everybody comes in at the chorus. It's a nice effect, so I try to mimic that in the bass and what I do in the bass. So first, here's the melody of the chorus. Okay, here it is again, a little bit slower. All right, so that was the melody. Now let's look at the bass part. I mean, the melody is nice and is beautiful. If you play it on the accordion, fine. But the real beauty, kind of the real interest, is in adding the bass part and all the kind of the fun harmonies you can do. And I'll show you some of the kind of the non-standard chords that I use in the bass. So let's start. The first section, I keep it really simple in the bass. I just use just a light chord, yeah, very, very light tenor chords. That's all I do. So here are the chords. What was that? That was D, A7, D. Pretty simple. Next part. What was that? That was A, D. Next it goes. That was D7, G, D. So D, G, D. The next bit is, I'll link it. That's E minor, so D7, G, D, E minor, D major, and the last little bit of the A section. There's different ways you can do this, but the way I do it is I put G major, A major, D major. You could put B minor instead of G, so you could have... Maybe that's a little bit more interesting. I use that later on in the piece, but the first time through, maybe keep it simple, just put B minor. So that was the first section. Here's the second section now. What do I do there? I go A major, D major, D7, G major, D major. So again, A major, D, D7, G major, D major, D7 again, G, D, E minor, D major, G major, A major, D again. So here's the whole thing again. A, D, D7, G, D, D7, G, D, E, D, G, A, D. So that was the first time through the tune. The second time through, I switched to that register, which gives me the bass an octave lower. So instead of, I get it's a little bit more full, gives it a little bit of a variation. Here's what I do in the harmony. I change it up just a little bit. Okay, so instead of going D, A, D, instead of doing that, I put a B minor chord before the A. So imagine if the A major chord is 4 beats, I split it up in 2. The first 2 beats I play B minor, then I go to A major. So B minor, A major, D, then A. A major, D major, same as the first time through. Then D7, G major, D, that's a D major but with F sharp counterbass. Instead of I play what was it? So and the F sharp wants to go to G. It wants to be resolved that way. That's a G major chord here, and here I put the melody note is F sharp, but I put a D and a B. That's a G major 7th chord. So A major, but so A and C sharp. Just an F sharp there. So G, A major, D major. The B section of the chorus. So what was that? That was A major. Going to A major with C sharp counterbass. So D major, D7 with F sharp counterbass. There it is. Going to G major. Now this is F sharp minor 7. F sharp counterbass with an A major chord. So this is G major, go into F sharp and A major. So it's F sharp with A major chord. So it's that chord. So let me just get into it. F sharp minor 7, and then I put D7 again, D7 G, back to F sharp minor 7. This is let me just play the whole thing. Just this phrase. What is that? So that's G major, F sharp minor 7. Now you take the whole thing and you move it down 2 buttons. And you get E minor 7, which is E, contrabass, and a G major chord. So after E minor 7, I play D major with F sharp contrabass. Okay, so put the whole thing together. This is the the chorus. D major, D7 with F sharp counterbass, G major, F sharp minor 7, D7, G, F sharp minor 7, E minor 7, D major with F sharp counterbass, and now we get to the ending part. Same chord as before, right? Same chord as the ending of the A section. G major, G major 7, A major with F sharp in the melody. So here's the whole B section. Here is the third time through the melody. What I do on the recording that I hope you've listened to, I switch to full registers. I switch to the middle one in the bass and to the tremolo, the violin here. Now my accordion's dry tuned. You see, so it works well for this kind of stuff. So I started with I do this in the bass. Okay, I'm gonna switch to a light register so you can hear what's going on, but it should be played more full. I mean, you can play it any way you want, but that's how I play it. So here it is. It goes. So what was that? I'm gonna call out the notes in the bass as I play them. So it's D, C sharp, B, A, G, A, D. Again, D, C sharp, B, A, G, A, D. Next part. No, I don't do anything different there. So it's A, D. G7, F sharp, counterbass. F sharp minor 7, E minor 7, D major with F sharp counterbass. Same as before. So G major 7, A major, D. Here is the chorus, the B section, the third time through. I do a little walking bass line. Here it is. So what is that? It's just this kind of motion. The harmony is A, D, G, D. All I'm doing in the bass, I'm just embellishing it instead of going. That's F sharp minor 7. Instead of doing that, I'm just walking it, right? So I'm just going A, B, C sharp, A, D, E, F sharp, D, G, A, B, G, F sharp minor 7. Here it is again. Next, D7 with F sharp counterbass. G. Actually, no, this is the ending. What I do here is I slow down and I play fuller chords. So after this, I do this. So that's G chord. It's a G major 7th chord, but I add D, F sharp, and a B. This chord is F sharp minor 7th, and the notes I play are C sharp, E, F sharp, A, and F sharp minor 7th, F sharp with an A major chord in the bass. So I'm just following the melody. This is E minor 7, so E counterbass, G major chord, and this is B, D, E, G. D major chord, A, D, F sharp, and this is D major chord, F sharp counterbass. There's 3 more chords at the end, but let's just review these. So it's so G major 7, F sharp minor 7, E minor 7, D major first inversion, F sharp in the bass. Then I do this to lead up to the G. So 3 chords left. G, A, D. But you notice on the recording I do a little run up to it. So so the little run, you can play whatever you want. You don't need to play anything. But what I do is, I think from what I remember, I go G, A sharp or B flat, B natural, C sharp, D, E, F sharp. You can do anything. It's up to you. Doesn't matter. So what I do is same G major 7th, G in the bass, B, D, F sharp. This, what is this? A in the bass. Here I'm playing B flat, which is a flat 9th. C sharp, F sharp. F sharp here. That's all I do. Here's the whole chorus, the last chorus. It's a little bit long and there's kind of a lot going on, so here it is. Thank you so much for watching another one of my tutorials. If you have any requests, sort of tunes you'd like me to play or record for you or do a tutorial on, let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you've made it to the end of this video, congratulations, nobody does. If you appreciate what I do, I would very much appreciate your financial support through a one-time donation on PayPal or a recurring monthly donation on my Patreon page. All the links are down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.